Okay, sorry about that, guys. I think my internet just dipped there. Seems to be a major lag here. Quite annoying to be in a trade and having to sort out connection. So just bear with me, guys. So if you have entered this position, in terms of managing risk here, we'll close half at 18.55 on the dot. And we'll probably move stops to break even as we move into 1851 or 1859, 1850,9. So I hope everyone is back on here. Sorry about the stream crashing. Just had a bit of an issue with the Wi-Fi. GJ's retracing a little bit here before the hourly close. Gold looks like we'll get a pretty strong closure on the hourly. We have 6 minutes left here. So there is a little bit of a lag here, guys. It seems to be more than normal. I'm not too sure if it's because of the Wi-Fi. And the fact that the stream crashed, or if it's always like this, I'm pretty sure it's a little bit less than this usually. But you'll have to bear with me here. We are sitting around entry right now, and I have given you options to manage this trade. So your stop loss is up here at 1855, 850, or 1855, 900. At 1855, if we do push back up there, we'll close half of this position to manage risk here. And looking to move stops to break even as we move into the support level at 1850.9. Your first take profit is going to be here at 1849. Morning, Nico. Yeah, no, I've tried, I did it, but there's a link you have to add to get the chat box on, and every time I add the link it seems to be the wrong one, so I'm not too sure. I'll have another look. For now I've got like one phone on YouTube so I can see the chat, one on MetaTrader. Okay, so yeah, your TP1 will be down here at support. And then, you know, it depends what you want to do here. For me, if we do break this level, I want to see what price does at this level before taking any more profit. I may take a little bit more at this level, so you could call this TP2 at 1845 or 1844.5. Then you've got another level down here on a 30-minute at 1839.7. But really looking to see if we can push all the way down here at the same time. It's a pretty huge target. So we'll probably close out 50% at TP1, 25% at TP2, and then we'll leave the rest to run and possibly close out 90% of the full position here at this level, leave a 10% runner to the final target, something like that. But of course we just have to see how the trade goes. That's an extremely distant target, and the goal here is to just be securing profit. Wait, Nico, what do you mean? Figure your live chat out. Yeah, I'll try. I have tried. But I'll try again. Whew, so gold pushing up here. Your 15-minute is currently bullish. Looks like we are creating a support around about here, but at 9 o'clock when volume kicks in, we are nice and bearish on this current hourly, which is about to close in a minute. As long as your 30-minute is closing below support, same story as that previous 15-minute, how we were talking about this, hoping to close below support. Same story with this 30-minute. As long as we are below support here, we should be quite safe, and then, like I say, we can manage this trade as we break above the 30-minute high here. Not looking too shabby. So your hourly is about to close above this level, which I spoke about earlier for possibly taking buys, and then you've got, about, let's just call it 10 pips, moving up to this resistance to possibly manage this trade, and then with volume, you should probably see price break that level and move up to the high here. But since we're already in a trade here on gold, we'll leave that for now. If we get a closure above 163,700, we'll look at that again. Okay, so here is your new hourly candle. Pushing straight down. We do want to see a top wick here. Should possibly push back into 1854, 400. Okay, so we've broken above that previous 30-minute high. So we're going to close out half here. Close out half at negative 14 pips. Pretty close to stop loss. Looks like we will hit stop loss here. We've broken that previous hourly high, and there you go, stop loss. So yeah, looks like we had a fake out of the support here. So yeah, looking at the 4 hour, I guess that previous 4 hour wasn't sitting so nicely, but we were moving into an area of rejection. You can see there's a lot of wicks into this area. Looking left here. We may even just have been wicked out. You can see this candle is already driving down here. If we do happen to break the low of the previous hourly now, you should see this trade still play out. So tricky one, at least we managed risk. Okay, so looking to give this another shot as we do break the previous hourly low, and that'll probably be our last trade for the day. Looking to manage this quite aggressively here, but we moved up and we've had a pretty strong push back down here. So sell stop at 1853, 180. And your stop loss will be above the current candle. Got a very steep wick here, looking at about a 29 pip stop. 1856, 170, or 1856, 200, let's say. So sell stops on the break of the low here. Looks like we are about to get triggered. Stop loss at 1850. 1856, 200. Suppose one thing we could have done differently is possibly on the previous trade, instead of having our stop loss on the 30-minute candle, knowing that this is actually quite a small range here on gold. Okay, looks like we are in. Okay, But instead of having the stop loss above the current hourly, we should have had it above the previous hourly. That would have probably been better and made more sense. Pushing down quite nicely here. Very strong rejection on this hourly candle. We drove up quite strong and then rejected straight away, with the overall bias being bearish. Going off the daily time frame, we should see quite a nice move down here at London Open today. Your 15-minute is about to close. Being a pretty volatile open here, we are still below support. Looks like we are about to close bearish. So I am expecting price to respect this support area, now resistance. If we do break above this current candle wick now, still looking at 1855 as a level to close partials here and manage risk. I would have liked to seen a little bit more volume on the break of that previous hourly low after that strong rejection to the upside, but it does look like we are respecting this level at the moment. This 15-minute pushed up, pulled down a little bit, pushed up again, failed to break its own high, make a new high, and we are slowly pushing back down again. If we flip bearish, we should see it begin to drive down here and fill this previous candle wick. Your 5-minute close respecting this support level. So we had a lot of volume at the open here, a lot of volatility. Price is just chilling at the moment. As we react to this level, we should see a nice push down here as volume picks back up. So here goes your 15-minute flipping bearish. We should begin to drive down here. So we've pushed down, made a low on this current 15-minute candle. If we happen to push back up and break the high, you may see price drive further up. So if we do break the high of this current candle, we'll close out 50% at 1854, 850. Just hovering around our entry right now with about 5 minutes to go on the 30-minute candle. If we do get a nice bearish closure here, your new candle should drive down to basically mirror this candle here to the left. Guys, I'm really not too sure what is up with the stream this morning. Looks like it is about a minute behind. So, really sorry about this. This is obviously not ideal. Generally it's about 10 seconds behind, but of course a minute is really going to be quite tricky here. So I hope you can bear with me. If not, stick around. You could still possibly pick up one or two valuable lessons. Yeah, definitely some sort of lag on the stream here. Generally not this bad, so my apologies about this, guys. I'll double check after today if there's anything I can do about this. Like I say, generally it's not this far behind. So, yeah. But if you are in the trade, you do have everything on the screen that you need. So, close out 50% at 1854.9, let's say. So if this current candle basically breaks its own high, or the next candle breaks the high of the previous candle here, we'll close 50% of this trade just to manage risk. Your stop loss is at 1856.2, and your break even point is down here at 1850.9. Your TP1 is down here at 1849.2. And after that, we'll leave runners to some of these next targets here. So you got quite a nice closure on the 30-minute here. Your new 30-minute has no top wick, so that is quite a concern, but we'll see if we drive down here and manage to secure some profit. If we drive down into 1850.9 with no top wick here, we'll secure 50% at 22 pips, and we'll move stops to break even. If we did have a nice little wick up here and then the drive down, I would have felt a little bit more confident to let the entire position run, but just a little bit concerned that we could drive up at some point to form this top wick on the hourly, or excuse me, on the 30-minute. Should get a nice move up here on GJ. So we've pushed up, creating a pretty small top wick here, but it's a wick nevertheless. If we drive down from here, we'll be in a much better position. So this is actually a similar setup to what we spoke about on the 15-minute last week, how you'll get a strong push every now and then, and your new candle basically continues that push, and then your next candle will form a wick, and then as it flips bearish, should continue this push. But at the same time, this could also be a rejection. Just looking, if we do continue this momentum, what could possibly happen here. But that setup we were talking about was a 15-minute. This is a 5-minute here, so a little bit of a different circumstance. I noticed we tapped into this hourly resistance here. It was just a little bit slow as price began to push up to close anything out here. Moving up pretty strong. Looks like we are breaking that previous 15-minute high. But we are also tapping into this level once again for your new 30 minutes. So we could possibly see a rejection off of that level and a pullback down. If we do tap into 1854.9, we'll close out 50% here. Let's call it 1855. You can see our price is rejecting this support area. Like I say, your 30-minute had no top wick originally. We drove straight down, so we were highly likely to come back up and create that top wick. We have tapped into this level now, and we are rejecting here on a lower time frame. So I'd like to see us begin to drive down, possibly on the next 15 minutes. So we are rejecting resistance here, and we are pushing down slowly before the 15-minute candle closure here. I'm expecting to see the next 15-minute drive down quite nicely. Looking at your 5-minute, we have a nice rejection off of that level, and we are beginning to push down. We've got just less than a minute for the 15-minute candle to close, and this is looking pretty good. So if we close like a doji, that really means that not too much happened in this current candle, other than the fact that we have now created the top wick for the 30-minute. Our previous 30-minute closed nice and bearish, and you should see this new 15-minute begin to drive down nicely into our first target, our break even area, and then possibly our next first target. So even better, your 15-minute closed bearish. We should see a continued push down here. Didn't really like how that new 15-minute opened with no top wick. Same story as the previous, or the current 30-minute candle, how it opened with no top wick and drove down, and then we drove all the way up. But we are now creating that top wick. If we begin to push down, we'll be in a lot safer position here. We are coming into the last 10 minutes of the hourly candle here. Possibly looking to move stops to break even as we break this low at about 14 pips, and securing 50% as we tap into our support here at 20 pips. Okay, so moving stops to break even right now. And we'll close a little bit of profit as we tap into that support, which will be about 23 pips. So it doesn't look like we're giving the trade a lot of space to run here, but the thing is, if we do break this 15-minute high, so you could put stop loss above the 15-minute high if you wanted, but if we do break above that level, looking here on an hourly, we have this support. So if we break up here, we could just be forming a support on the lower time frame to move further up. So that should be break even. GJ moved up to targets here. Damn. So here's what it is. You could still see gold drive down here if you haven't been taken out at break even. I had my stop loss a little bit above the current 15-minute candle, so you could have been safe here. Otherwise, you should probably have been taken out. Honestly, I thought I was taken out. Had my stop loss at 1853.5. Okay, so here's your new hourly candle. We have closed nice and bearish here. We should push down to 1850.9. London has been really volatile lately. You can see all these candles, all these wicks up and down. Seems to be the norm the last couple weeks. We used to have really nice clean moves here in London a couple months ago, especially on a Monday. We were getting nice moves first thing Monday morning. Doesn't seem to be the case here today. GJ, on the other hand, definitely played its part. Unfortunately, we weren't involved here on GJ. Missed that initial entry and then kept our focus here on gold. We've broken the low of the previous hourly. Let's see if we can pop down to 1850.900. Formed a support here on a 5-minute. So you could see price drive further up here. But with the hourly, previous hour closing quite strong, bearish, if volume kicks back in, you should see price drive down to support. So taking a lot of risk off this trade already. Just going to let it run here. Stops above the previous 15-minute candle. If this candle breaks its own low, you'll definitely see us tap into this level here. Here we go. So, about to close out half. Looking to close out half as we tap into this level at 22 pips. Okay, closing out half here at 20 pips. And stops will be at break even at this point. So our initial trade, we closed half at negative 14 pips, and full trade was closed at stop loss at 20 pips. So market conditions have definitely changed up a little bit here in the last couple of weeks. A lot more volatile in London, so definitely going to have to get better at securing profit. And I think our management of losses has got a lot better on the stream here. We're starting to close out half a lot earlier than taking our full stop. You can see here last week we had a stop loss of 26 pips and we ended up closing full at 10. Unfortunately, we did have this pretty big loss, but we still came out about break even, probably just positive pips wise. So this is one of the things, markets do change, you know, from time to time, or over time should I say, and you do have to learn to adapt. So, you know, we're taking notes here and getting better as time moves on, taking note of the things that are changing and the things that we need to be changing. Our stop here on this trade was 30 pips. We have secured half at 20 pips and stops are at break even. GJ would have been awesome to be involved today. In fact, since we've broken that high now and your hourly closed above the high, you should really see a strong move up here. Got a lot of range moving up. Damn. Is what it is. It's way too late to get involved in this trade right here. There's no point of even really analyzing what is going on. If you know, if your 30-minute close is strong like that, around about this area, and your next 30-minute drives down with the bottom wick and then breaks the high, you should see price move on to your next resistance here. You do have clean traffic to the left, but this trade for me is long gone. Moving back up to our entry, looks like we might hit stop loss here on gold. GJ is, yeah, man. Gonna close this GJ tab. Slightly depressing. With a nice strong bearish 4-hour candle closure, you should see the next 4-hour begin to drive down. Highly likely we'll get stopped out here, but there's a lot of range for us to still move down later in the day. So we did close pretty strong bullish on the previous 15-minute here. If we do break the high of that candle, you'll probably see price drive up a little bit and we'll get stopped out at break even. We have closed out 50% of this position, so nothing to really worry about here. Nothing more to do today. GJ got away from us, kept the focus on gold. Considered having buy stops on the break of this wick here. Would have been pretty good, but like I say, the focus was on gold. So nothing we can do about that now.